first I will show you that, and little bit the other trick that we often adopt, that also I will show you. So right now I am going to study the presence of any living organism in water, that is in pond water. As I have shown you, the pond water has got a lot of sedimentation in it. So I will take just one drop of pond water on a clean glass slide and place the cover slip on it, and then I will observe under microscope to see the presence of water bodies, the presence of living bodies in it. You can use a drop of glycerin also, so that this water doesn't dry up. This is my first step I have done. Second step you already know, as I have gloves on, so it will be very difficult for me to place the cover slip. Naturally I will take help of my students who can place it. Place the cover slip on. Students, as I have shown you, I have taken 1 or 2 drops of pond water. Do not take the water on top, take the bottom part of the water, and then I have simply placed the cover slip. My students have done that for me, and now I am going to observe this under microscope. You can put a bit of glycerin also, so that the water doesn't dry up, and you will be finding lot of microorganisms in it. Then observe it under microscope. While placing the slide, make sure that you clip it, because it's all water, only water I have taken.
1.
To study the presence of living organisms in pond water, what the first experiment that we performed is take 1 or 2 drops on a clean glass slide, place the cover slip and observe it under microscope. Then you can see what are the bodies, living forms that are present in it. Now the same thing I will be doing in a little bit different method. I will take pond water, the same thing, take the sedimented part, that means the part that has settled. You can see some of the suspended particles are there. So I am going to use this drop only, and right now I will not place any cover slip. What I will do is, excess of water, no, there is no excess, so at this moment I don't. If there is excess water, you can blot it out. You can heat this little bit. What is the purpose of heating? The purpose of heating is that the water part will be dried up, leaving the microorganisms in it. But make sure when you are heating, it should not be a continuous high flame. It is only a slow heating that we will have. This is a very small flame I have got, and I will be able to do it. Just dry up the slide little bit. After heating, I will be staining it with methyl blue, so that the living organisms that are present in it get stained. Make sure it is not a very big high flame. That's why I am removing it from the flame, only little bit drying. Though it has not completely dried up, I don't need it anymore, so I will put this out. And now I am going to stain it with methyl blue. So that there should be any or many living organisms which are present in it will get stained. That's why I am using just 1 drop. I have removed any air bubble that is there with the needle. I can see 1 air bubble, so I am going to remove it, and then after this I will place, right now I can see it's a very clean slide. If you find your slide is becoming very dirty, lot of stain is there, you can blot that extra with the tissue paper or any filter paper also. Use it and blot the sides. Right now I can see it's very clean, and the cover slip is also clean. The same method you apply, placing of the cover slip. The only purpose of heating was so that the water part gets dried up, leaving the microorganisms. though I did not wait for a long time. It's a very clean slide that I have got. Now you can observe this under microscope. I hope you are able to see. And under microscope, it is expected that you will be seeing lot of microorganisms, chlorophyceae, rhodophyceae, pheophyceae, daphnia. Now remember one thing, living organisms, as they consume a lot of oxygen in water, naturally the water is becoming acidic, as we have tested in our pH strip experiment also. You can see the pH indicators, what they are indicating, what the strips are indicating, and this will be observed under microscope. If you find that the drop is too much, then you can again do the same thing, that is you blot it out with the tissue paper. Adjust the microscope, allow light to enter. I can see, though here I am not getting sufficient amount of light, so I will be going towards the window and observing it. I can see lot of bodies in it. Usually under high magnification you will be able to see.
Bacteria requires a high magnification or 400x lens power to visualize, and it's very hard to visualize. We have tried to stain here. The gram-positive bacteria has retained the stain, and for a counter stain, so that we can stain the gram-negative bacteria, we could have used safranin. At this stage, we have not used. Good morning, students. Today I'm going to brief you about the characteristics behavior that a bacteria does. Usually we find bacterial cells are not clearly visible under microscope that we commonly have in our labs. We have a compound microscope, but the magnification that it provides is not sufficient enough for us to visualize bacteria. So what we do is we try to stain it in our labs. We use methylene blue or crystal violet to stain the bacteria. As we know, the bacteria, the gram-positive bacteria get stained, and the counter stain can also be done by safranin. But this is all these phases you can discuss in a very different slot also, as far as